Belarus, also known as the Republic of Belarus, is a fascinating country in Europe. Located in the northern part of the continent, it shares borders with Poland to the west, Lithuania and Latvia to the north, Ukraine to the south, and Russia to the east. This strategic location places Belarus between Russia and Western Europe, making it a historical crossroads of cultures and political influences. Despite its strong ties with Russia, the country has its own unique identity, shaped over centuries by Russian, Polish, and European presence. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our uploads. Without further ado, let's get started. Belarus covers an area of just over 80,000 square miles, larger than many European nations. With a population exceeding 9 million people, it offers a balanced and organized urban environment without extreme overcrowding. One of the striking features of Belarus is its predominantly flat topography, with no access to the sea and vast areas of swamps and dense forests. This geographical conformation has had a significant impact on the country's history, economy, and customs. Over the centuries, Belarus has been the scene of intense conflicts between neighboring empires, particularly between Russians and Poles. During the world conflict in the early 20th century, Belarusian territory was under German occupation. With the disintegration of the Russian Empire and the chaos of war, Poland incorporated part of Western Belarus. Later, the nation became part of the Soviet Union, playing a significant role in the communist economy and politics. Independence was finally achieved in the early 1990s, after the collapse of the Soviet bloc. Culturally and linguistically, Belarus maintains strong ties with Russia. The vast majority of citizens use Russian in their daily lives, while the Belarusian language is spoken by a smaller portion of the population. In terms of religion, the predominant faith is Orthodox Christianity, representing more than 4/5 of the population, while Catholicism is present on a smaller scale, mainly in the western regions, reflecting Polish and Lithuanian influence in this part of the country. Belarusians have physical characteristics typical of Slavic peoples, with a high incidence of light hair, light-colored eyes, and tall statures. Belarusian women, in particular, are widely admired for their beauty and elegance, attracting the attention of visitors from all over the world. Many foreigners travel to Belarus not only to experience the local culture and architecture, but also to interact with the country's charming women. For those wishing to visit Belarus, the city of Minsk, the nation's capital, is the main gateway, offering direct flights from various locations around the world. The Belarusian government allows visitors to stay in the country for up to a month without a visa, as long as they enter through Minsk International Airport. However, if the stay exceeds 5 days, registration of residence becomes mandatory. In addition, tourists need to purchase health insurance, as the public system does not offer free assistance to foreigners. Those intending to reside permanently in Belarus must meet specific requirements. One way to obtain permission to live in the country is to marry a Belarusian citizen. Another alternative is to get a job in a properly registered company, which allows for the application for a work visa and long-term residence permit. Safety is one of the positive aspects of Belarus. Despite the high consumption of alcoholic beverages, the crime rate is considered low. The country's capital, Minsk, is seen as one of the safest cities in Europe. The nightlife is quite active, and the locals are generally welcoming to foreigners, especially those who speak Russian or Belarusian. Economically, Belarus follows a model based on the Soviet system, with a strong presence of state-owned companies in key productive sectors. The minimum wage in the country is relatively low, while the average income of the population varies between $500 and $600. The cost of living is moderate, but rental prices in the capital can be high, especially due to increased demand for housing as a result of recent migration. Transportation still features many vehicles from the Soviet era, but the roads are well maintained and public transportation is affordable and efficient. The railway network allows for direct connections between Minsk and other major cities in Russia and Europe, facilitating travel between different regions. Belarusian cuisine is based on potatoes and dairy products. The country is among the leading potato producers in Europe, and this ingredient is used in a wide variety of traditional recipes. Pork consumption is predominant, which can be a challenge for visitors with dietary restrictions. In restaurants, it is common to automatically include a service charge in the bill, and it is considered good etiquette to leave an additional tip equivalent to 1/10 of the total paid. Belarusian law is quite strict regarding public order. Littering can result in fines, and in more serious cases, foreigners can even be deported. Consumption of alcoholic beverages in public places is prohibited, as is bringing pets to recreational areas. Another controversial issue is the retention of the death penalty in the country, with Belarus being the only European nation where this practice is still applied, which draws criticism from international organizations. Women play a prominent role in the Belarusian labor market, being present in practically all sectors of the economy. On the other hand, many men choose to emigrate to neighboring countries, such as Russia, or to Western European nations, in search of better financial opportunities. This phenomenon creates a population imbalance, resulting in a significantly higher number of women compared to men. Finally, Belarus is a country that combines tradition and modernity. Despite Russian influences, the locals are welcoming and respectful towards visitors. Its high level of safety, unspoiled nature, and historical legacy make Belarus a fascinating destination for those looking to experience a less explored side of Europe. If you enjoyed today's video, please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Your engagement is what keeps us going. Don't forget to check out the video that's on your screen now, and I'm sure you'll find it fascinating. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.